Yeah. I don't know who hyping them boys. I'm done giving.
Today, from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New Orleans Saints taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
The first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Breeze. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now Sanders. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his 3rd season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Here's Breeze to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Deontay Hardy, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Moore, the man in motion. Burrow now off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Kamara up the middle. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 20 carries, 81 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Now Breeze. And Graham's got it. Complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. This will wind up a loss on the play. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Again, it's Kamara. 44 yards on the ground for him so far.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 70. And the Saints have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. He's piloted 2 drives so far, and unfortunately not very well piloted. Both led to interceptions. Now they're facing the deficit. Another touchdown after that previous pick. Starting over here, 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They run with Thomas. And he's got some space here. And he's got a Bengals 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now they go play action now. Burrow. He'll bite, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance. All right, I need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the 1st half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. Goodwin able to haul it in. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. A 10th carry for Kamara. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They run it again with Kamara. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
It's caught outright by Graham. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. Well, we had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, Week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in Week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night, and then tomorrow, Monday Night Football has the Broncos in charge of. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Burrow. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. This is Thomas. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The Bengals in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action with Burrow. And that's caught inside the 35. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
He will find his man Chase complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 30 yards. And the Bengals are back within a score. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with a slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Breeze going to throw. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
From the 17, Breeze. He gets it to Thomas. And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's into the clear. The 30. The 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Now Breeze to try again after the pick 6. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. It's Graham again with a catch, just like the last play. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Breeze. And left side here, it's Graham. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Again, it's Breeze. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before half for Breeze. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We begin up in the northeastern part of the country, Baltimore. Take a visit to the Big Apple to take on the New York Giants. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Bryan Edwards, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the Jaguars as that one's gone to halftime. Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown run in that first half. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
right, Coach. Thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have no extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Burrow on play action. Out to his left. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Thomas brings it in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, it's Thomas. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's more. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. 1st down. Here's Burrow. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now Thomas. And he stopped immediately there. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Chase. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Burrow. That is caught inside the 5. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I think I'd just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And he won't get to the markers. They're going to stop it for a second straight play right at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for six.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into six.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead now up to 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Saints coming out now to take the field. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Now Breeze. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Breeze going to try and throw on third down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. The connection made. It's Graham. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. A give. This is Kamara. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Breeze now on 1st down. And Thomas has it. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Deontay Hardy with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. What's good on the extra point? And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yep. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Demario Davis drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life.
Here we go.
Moore, the man in motion. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Back to throw, Breeze. Incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Breeze. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got 1 chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This taken in at the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Moore, the man in motion. To throw, Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. A give to the fullback on the dive. And not a whole lot there, maybe 3 yards on 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. To throw is Breeze. He's got Landry. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs. Breeze to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Here's Burrow. On the move to his left. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Saints who are going to be in position to get the ball first as we are back underway and set for overtime. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. Evades him at the 20. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 101 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Breeze now. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, Parker?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this. All the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field. Very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
So for the Saints, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons